All right. Well, then let's do it.
You can find us at bwsspodcast.com and on Facebook at BWSS Podcast. This is because we said so. Let's start the show. And now, recording from beautiful and sexy Miami with your hosts, Seth and Laz and Research Lucas. It's because we said so.
All right, there we go. What's everyone up to? How we doing?
Just waking up, bro.
Just waking up? Yeah, of course you are. Jeez, imagine that.
I go to sleep late.
What's that?
I went to sleep like at noon, bro.
At noon?
Yeah.
What time did you get to work?
7 o'clock, 8.
7 to 8 o'clock? Jeez. Well, I mean, I guess that's about right. Good Lord. How's everyone else doing, Luke? How you doing over there? Lucas?
God, I can barely hear you.
Jesus, how could you barely hear me? Turn up your headphones.
Yeah, they are out. No, I'm doing all right. Yeah.
So anyway, we got Seth here, mic 1. Hold up. There we go. Seth and mic 1. We got Laz over there, mic 2.
Yo.
We got Lucas, who can't hear shit, in mic 3.
Hey.
And then we got Xiomara, very good friend of mine. I want you to say hello to everybody.
Hi, guys.
All right. So we got Xiomara sitting in with us, really good friend of mine for a long time. And she's going to be helping to give her point of view during a little show here. We're going to be talking about China, whether or not it's losing its grip on the world stage. There's a scrubbing scam out there. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. And all these mysterious seeds have been mailed across the country. Some people planted them. Some people didn't. It's all part of the same deal. And then at the same time, we're going to be doing, quick news. And Trump got nominated for a Nobel Prize. Quick, Xiomara, what's your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue. That's 2 in a row for blue. All right. And let's
I love it.
some blue. All right. So we got some blue. All right. Well, that being said, folks, I think it's time for everybody's favorite segment. Or maybe not.
It's time
There we
for
go.
Quick News.
All right, so I know, Lucas, you got a few. I got a few. I'm going to jump off. NBC News, Amazon wins FAA approval for Prime Air drone delivery fleet. Amazon said it went through rigorous training and submitted detailed evidence that its drone delivery operations are safe. The approval will give Amazon broad privileges to safely and efficiently deliver packages to customers, the FAA said. The certification comes under Part 135 of the FAA regulations, which gives Amazon the ability to carry property on small drones beyond the visual line of sight of the operator. Operator said that Prime Air fleet isn't ready to immediately deploy packages deliveries at scale. It's relatively flying and testing the technology. So, I mean, what do you think? Drones? I mean, you work at Amazon. What's going on over there? Have you heard anything about this?
Besides me seeing it outside of Amazon, no.
No?
Not at all. They tried to do that a long time ago. Do you remember?
I remember that.
And I don't know. I feel like it's going to be unsafe for packages.
My magic hand.
Well, I
over
do
there.
know, and I saw somewhere that they are doing these drone deliveries for hospitals, so people in, what they are hurt.
That makes sense. But a hospital, you can like land on a roof, like, landing in people's yards. Do you drop it off like in the driveway?
Yeah.
Nah, but think about porch pirates, bro.
Do they open the door and then lock it on the way out? That's a possibility as well.
They'll probably get like a SMS message or something.
I think it's pretty cool. It'll
it's
definitely,
great.
it can't be cheap. I mean, think about the return, the ROI on that.
I mean, it's cheaper than like a
People
driver
and insurance.
Just charging. Yeah.
You'll probably need your different set of insurance for that. That's for sure.
It would not be coming up here.
No,
Why?
definitely not. Definitely not.
Too many people have shotguns.
Fair, and
Yeah.
Eagles. Yeah, for sure.
But people, I really feel like people would just follow a package until they see where it goes.
It could. Well, it's possible.
Like-
It's possible.
We already have a lot of
Like,
that here.
where do they take off from? I mean, is there like a special hub for them? And You know, I mean, I guess that would have to be automated eventually. It's not like you can put the package here and then have the drone. Like, it would have to be the drone's like, and it's on a conveyor belt. I feel like that's the only way it would actually make sense from a, operation efficiency standpoint.
What's crazy is I just saw a video where they had like a plane, like I thought it was like fake or futuristic, and they had like a plane flying and just dropped drones with the packages. Like,
already? That makes that
but
could
I thought it was fake. It's probably fake. Like,
what's that, Z?
No, I think that actually is not fake.
I
That's
think it's
a possibility.
I mean, that would be an easy way to do it. Get a big plane with a bunch of drones, fly them over, and just release them, and then you just go and do their thing. That would make sense.
Just think about it. For crazy that it sounds, let's say 10, 15 years ago, I remember living in Aspen and thinking, Mommy, I wish I could see you, in my phone.
Sure.
10, 15, 20 years, I don't remember. And now we just click in the phone and you can FaceTime
And there she
someone.
is.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
So
for
for more
sure.
crazy,
Right.
I think it's not as crazy.
it's there. What were you saying, Lucas?
Well, actually, two things. One, that drop off from a plane technology has been around since World War One. The Germans used to drop their fighter planes off of the blimps. The Zeppelins.
This is what I meant to hit. There we go. No,
And
it's
the
true. They've been doing it for missiles and bombs and all kinds of like cargo and troops for sure. So
but this has to be
there.
a precise landing. It
Sure.
can't be like
But here's
drop
a
a
question
bomb.
with these
Wherever.
drones. Well,
All right, this is turning into long news. What's
Yeah.
the next topic? Go ahead, Lucas.
Martha Stewart launches a CBD line of products.
Okay, nice.
The products are the result of the Style Maven's partnership with Canopy Growth, CGC.
Canopy Growth.
Didn't
you
that-
buy some stock in Canopy Growth right before it went
Yeah.
from like 45 to like $15 a share?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe so. Multi-billion-dollar backer in the U.S. alcohol giant Constellation Brands,
Yep.
STZ.
Okay.
So
Very
I
nice.
guess
So is it like, rubs and lotions and stuff like that, I assume?
rubs, lotions, oils, drops.
Boy, when I think of Martha
What is- what's-
Stewart,
what is- what
it's
is she
definitely
doing?
rubs, lotions, and drops and whatever. Jeez.
and no, Snoop Dogg's not involved.
No, I'm
No.
sure he's already involved in other ways. That's for sure. So, all right, BBC.
lubricant.
Yeah. BBC, son sells 28 years of birthday whiskey to buy first home. A man whose father gave him 18-year-old whiskey every year for his birthday is selling the collection to buy a house. Matthew Robson from Taunton was born in 1992. And over the course of his life, his father, Pete, had spent about $5,000 on 128 bottles of Macallan single malt 18-year. The collection is now worth £40, $52,000, and has been put up on for auction for sale. The 28-year-old said probably wasn't the best gift for a young boy, but with strict instructions never to open them, they become a nest egg. Quote unquote, I thought it'd be interesting if I bought one every year and he'd have 18 bottles of 18-year-old whiskey for his 18th birthday, his father said. It was the only present he got from us. It wasn't the only present he got for us. It was just meant to be a unique present. But with a little bit of luck, we kept it going. Being sold by whiskey broker Mark Littler, who's described it as the perfect set. The value of the Macallan has risen massively over the last 10 years. To such vast collection of bottles is a real selling point for sure. And yeah, Macallan has gotten expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, even like from when I started working at the Fontainebleau back in 2011 to when I left in like 2017, 18 or whatever, I mean, it had almost doubled like what we had to charge per, for a shot
Yeah.
or whatever.
That's fine.
Absolutely.
That's a great gift.
Anybody else got one, by the way? Anything quick that they have?
Yeah,
All right, go for it.
Florida bars
Oh, yeah,
are
that's
going
right.
to
Yeah,
be opening starting tomorrow.
Wow, really?
Yep. But except for Miami.
No way.
That's why. That's why.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Like,
that-
wait, Miami or
because-
like
What about Fort Lauderdale?
Miami-Dade. The mayor of Miami-Dade said he is not opening bars until there's a vaccine. But I doubt that's
No,
happening.
I read something and it said that it's going to open strip clubs.
Yeah, they're gonna open strip clubs, but the just bars are not opening, which makes
a lot
no
of sense.
sense at all. Like at first, I thought it was like bar hanging out. Of course, all we're doing is drinking and hanging out and being a fucking degenerate and like myself. You know what I mean? Like, but you get
Depends on
close.
what day of the week it is.
But then strip clubs,
Yeah.
that has no distancing. Like, I don't know, whatever. Well, it depends what you go to strip clubs for.
Way to go, Miami.
That's true. And there's bars in the strip club, so the strip club's going to be open, but not the bar, so you can just go there for the TNA.
Yeah, basically.
How's that going to work?
I mean, I think bars will be open in restaurants, but not official bars.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So not if you're just a bar or probably a nightclub, no, but if you're a restaurant that happens to serve titties and ass at the same time, then you can open. Is that how that is? Okay. All right. No locker room talk. My bad. All right. BBC. Actually, go ahead, Lucas. You want to go next? Wait, did I? Yeah, it's your turn. Go for it.
Do you remember Bubba Wallace? NASCAR?
Bubba Wallace. Yep.
Yep.
He was the African American driver.
Yep. He's leaving Richard Petty Motorsports.
Yep. I actually did hear that. Yeah. Absolutely. What's going on?
It looks like it's just his time to move along. Really haven't found a single reason why. And I don't think it has been released yet.
Okay.
He's just leaving the team.
Maybe he just wants a fresh start.
Yeah.
I would imagine after the stand that he took, the things he said, and then I'm sure you guys heard they found a noose like in his freaking NASCAR garage before one of the races. This was really when all of the whole Black Lives Matter started picking up and people were starting to like tear down the statues, and the Washington football team started to lose its already diminished stature. But yeah, they found all that. So I'm not surprised. Give him a fresh start, a fresh team that really wants to help him, hopefully help him move the sport forward in more of a broad sense, especially when it comes to racial relations and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
There aren't a lot of black people in NASCAR as well.
What's that?
There aren't a lot of people in
there's
racing.
not.
Yeah.
No, there's less than hockey players.
I didn't even know you guys follow.
He's the only black racer.
Yeah, well,
really?
in NASCAR.
Yeah.
In NASCAR.
NASCAR.
Yeah, NASCAR.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right, cool. Nice. Definitely happy about that. There we go. I moved all of the sound effects around to make room for a couple additions, I have to say.
That's your
But
fault.
anyway, what's that?
That's your fault.
Yeah, it is. All right, BBC, David Beckham's Guild Esports to float on London stock market. An esports company in which David Beckham owns a significant stake is seeking to raise £20 million by listing its shares on the London Stock Exchange. Guild Esports will be the first in the UK to offer its fans a chance to put money in the backing its teams of gamers. The company plans to field teams in the global online games Fortnite, Counter-Strike Go, Rocket League, and FIFA. Prize and sponsorship money for esports run in the millions, and audiences run up to more than 100 million for some events, outstripping those for major sporting events such as Wimbledon and the Tour de France. Shares will be initially offered to large investors next month, but afterwards they trade freely in the stock market where anyone can buy them. Charlton Curtis, the executive chairman of Guild Esports, says Guild will be the first esports franchise to join the London stock market. So you can literally buy shares in a video game team in London owned by David Beckham.
That's probably going to make money, though.
I think he will.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be cool. I mean, if you just want to be an instant fan and you want to like just investing in it, how do you not just, get into it and stuff like that? I don't really watch Counter-Strike, and I know Fortnite is like the shit. We're actually going to be talking about PUBG a little bit later and its relation with China and everything that we're going to be going, because Fortnite was basically an evolved clone of that. So, all right, Lucas, you got one? Anyone else?
I got one feel good, kinda.
Okay. Oh, wait, hold on.
good.
I know it's not Laz, but
Laz's corner of positivity.
There's no positivity, Seth.
I know you give me
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of crap.
I did some research, and people were talking about how like
Laz's corner of positivity.
people like want to hear some positive shit.
No.
So anyway, all right, go ahead, Lucas.
I know you give me a lot of crap for military, but America's oldest World War II veteran turns 111 years old.
Saw that. Pretty cool.
Can we prove it?
What?
What's that?
Can we
I
prove
heard a
it?
snick. Yeah,
Prove it. It wasn't a snicker.
I'm talking.
There's no one snickering over here.
I heard
I can
that.
see. I want to see Lucas.
I know. I got a block up. So I put this block up, one, because it's sound absorbs and it's actually a bass trap. But also, I just don't want you to feel the pressure of having a mic on you the whole time. So now our guest, whoever's sitting in the guest chair, they obviously deal with the mic all the time, but it's not like every week, where with you, it's every week. So, but here, for the fans. Okay.
As I see only his hand, not his face.
All right. So, what's the gentleman's name? What did he do? All that stuff.
Lawrence Brooks. He
Okay.
was in the. As I try to find it here.
You should have all these notes already.
Yeah.
Come on, chop.
He was in the.
He found this like 5 minutes ago.
No, I didn't. Except for I couldn't. Of course, you bring it up. Oh shit. Yeah, thanks.
I hate
Thanks. He was a part of the 91st Engineer Battalion of the Pacific Theater, whose responsibility was to build military infrastructure. Brooks' unit often didn't stay anywhere long. He would occasionally drive the officers he served to nights out on the town when they could get away for an adventure or two.
Okay.
The 91st was a predominantly all-black unit.
Okay. Cool. That was so bad. There's like no hiding.
You're horrible.
Oh my God. That was so bad. All right. Anyway. All right. So that's pretty cool, man. 111?
Yeah. Yes,
All
sir. It was previously held by Richard Overton,
Okay.
who I believe reached 113.
Sure. All right. Last one, BBC, the brushing scam that's behind mystery parcels. If you ever receive a parcel from a shopping platform that you didn't order and nobody seems to have bought it for you, you might have been caught up in a brushing scam. It has been the headlines of thousands of Americans received unsolicited packets of seeds in the mail, but it is not new. It's a illicit way for sellers to get reviews for their products, and it doesn't mean your account has been hacked. So the way it works is, let's say I want to sell flowers, or let's say artificial flowers. And so what I'll do is, they're inexpensive. They don't cost a lot. I'll set up my company and I'll just go online, look for as many addresses and people and whatever I can find and just mail them. Because they've been paid for, because they've been mailed, I can actually, and because I purchased them, even though, I own them or I own the company, I can give myself a positive review.
Yeah.
So that's basically what they do.
I was waiting for the scam.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's exactly it. So the thing is, legally, can you keep it? According to Citizens Advice, if an item is addressed to you, there's been no previous contact with the company, and it arrives out of the blue, then you can keep it. However, anything which arrives by mistake, either delivered to the wrong address or a duplicate form of goods you've already received, has to go back. So this is Vice News. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. They actually do real reporting. Hundreds of Americans planted Chinese mystery seeds. Conservatively, it's safe to say that tens of thousands of Americans received what they perceive to be Chinese mystery seeds in July. Some states, like North Carolina, had more than 1,000 people contact the Department of Agriculture, having received unsolicited seeds. Others, like New Mexico, had roughly 100 recorded seed receivers. Many of these seed receivers, regardless of location, panicked. Some people ate the seeds, according to the documents.
Oh God!
Like,
what
seriously,
the fuck?
dude, seeds
What's
from
wrong with
China,
you?
bro. Let's totally grub them out.
Were they white?
Bro, of course they were white.
I'm sure there was a black person. Or
All right,
Asian in
maybe
there as
one.
well.
What do you think? Any Latin folks eating Chinese mystery
No.
seeds, Xiomara? What do you think?
Their
No?
white friend made them eat it.
Okay. So they received many shipments, planting some, and clover came up. Planted some, clover came up. She indicated that she planted the bulbs in other states. Planted one pack and ate the oregano that grew. Have some left, said another. One seed recipient noted they salted the ground after planting them. And eventually they, it's another brushing scam. They feel like it's a little bit out of the, going a little bit crazy with mailing that many across the country. But, that's pretty much what's up. Anyone else got a last one? Nope. All right.
And that was quick news.
So we're from Miami. You can get our website at bwsspodcast.com, Facebook, Twitter at BWSS Podcast, email contact at BWSS Podcast, Instagram, it says just BWSS Cast. As soon as we get 100 subscribers on YouTube, we can have our own address, review us on iTunes. That would be great. Shout outs, Fantasy Writers Toolshed. They are a a podcast that talks about fantasy writing, which would be like Lord of the Rings, stuff like that. Big fan. I've been writing a book like that for a while. Very, very helpful. Just really cool. VTech, they make these like toys for kids and some of the most amazing toys. And my kid has legit learned some awesome stuff just messing around and pushing buttons on these things. Marilyn Manson's new album, man, I've been listening to it. It's freaking badass. So it's not all, I mean, yeah, it's, you know, there's a song where he's like, "Get behind me, Satan," which is really awesome. But anyway, I just love the album. India, we've been getting a lot of listens in India. I don't know if they're watching on YouTube. I haven't gotten to the analytics on that, but on the audio form. So India, welcome to the party. We really, really appreciate it for sure. Belgium's been with us for a while, so we really appreciate that. And Elena has a couple cool ideas for the show, one of which Lucas is probably going to show up tomorrow, and the other ones I ordered. Hopefully they'll be here soon. I'm not going to talk about them, but other than that, but there's a couple cool little ideas for the show. Really small things. Anybody got shout-outs out there? Xiomara, any shout-outs for anyone? Your mom, of course, I would imagine.
Shout out to my mother.
Absolutely.
In Colombia.
Absolutely. So, Laz, any shout outs out there?
Yeah, not today.
None today, really? Nothing? All right. Lucas, any shout outs out there?
Yeah, to my friend Jonathan.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is he listening to the show? Is he having a bad day?
Well, he had to make a hard decision with his dog on Friday.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Fair enough.
It's a 13-year-old husky. It's, yeah.
I don't have any sound effects for getting bummed out, bro.
Yeah.
You know, that's a bummer.
No,
Sorry
shout
about
out to
that.
him because it sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shout out, man. Tough decision.
That's what dog. That's dog age, right? That's
Well, it depends on the size of the dog. Like big dogs, 10, 12
He's
are
a
getting old.
husky.
Yeah, little dogs, you know, they can live a little bit longer. So, all right, well, way to take us out on a real positive note.
Yeah.
So, good
You're
job.
welcome.
See, no
Way to go.
positivity.
Yeah, whatever, bro.
Laz's Corner of
Jeez.
Positivity.
All right, so we're gonna take a break. We'll be back with China. Is it losing its crown on the world stage?
Lucas,
Hello.
mi niño. Hola, mi mondis lindo. ¿Cómo estás, mi corazón? Mi corazón. Oh. I remember when I met him, though.
Yeah.
And I was like, he looks so cute. And we went to eat.
And then what happened?
In Lincoln Road. And then, but by that time, I was not working at the Fontainebleau no longer, but he was new.
Sure.
I remember he was going to work at the Fontainebleau.
Yep. We
Since
got him
that,
in.
oh my goodness, Lucas! Remember you guys saw me on Seth's birthday that happened to be in October 31st,
Yep.
Halloween, and I was wearing this costume, and then
We've taken the picture,
He
and then
posted
the
a picture
girl-
like this girl was trying. She was talking, and I was like, "Can you move?" Because I wanted to get a picture with you two, and then Seth ended up posting the picture.
Yep. It was like, fuck these hoes. Take
Yeah,
the picture.
exactly. That was the last time that I saw you both. Imagine. That
I'm
was
gonna
a
put that
long
up.
time
I'm
ago.
gonna see if I can find it. Maybe I'll put it
Yeah,
up on
that's
the
my
show just
Facebook
real
page.
quick.
It-
Yeah,
I have.
I'll send it to you.
I have one of the pictures.
for sure.
Let me show you. Hold on. I'm not ready.
It's all good.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh yeah,
So
there might
that's
be
it that I
another
can
riot
put one
up here in
out.
Lancaster.
Yeah.
What's that, Z?
Like one out.
What's up to you?
This looks weird.
Doesn't
very
matter.
weird.
It's on the other side, so it's not too bad. It makes you kind of look gangsta. At least you don't have it up on your head like Mickey Mouse ears, like freaking Dead Mouse over there.
Here we go.
Freaking.
Did you see?
I'm Mickey Mouse.
Did you see the guy?
Speakers, see that? Speakers.
Mm.
There we go.
That's what I was waiting for. That.
Yeah,
for
I'm
the
sure.
speakers to be off.
Did you see the picture of the guy that went to Disney World, met Mickey Mouse with a dead mouse shirt?
No,
Or the
No,
dead-
that's pretty cool.
no, it's not
No,
cool,
it's
bro.
terrible. Are you crazy?
Dead mouse. He's a
Let's pull him
freaking.
up.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
Well, I saw actually in Inside Edition that they have.
Pull the mic up. There you go.
I saw in Inside Edition of this show they have a crew at nighttime and I take all the dogs out to go kill all the rats in New York City. Have you seen
the
it?
dogs.
Yeah.
Kill the rats.
Yes.
They'll never kill them all. It's
No,
impossible.
It's impossible.
There's like 10 rats to each human in New York.
Yeah, if not more.
The rat man.
Yeah, per human.
Per
exactly.
human.
Did you ever see Pizza Rat? You saw that? He's dragging
Yes.
the pizza down the stairs
That
or
was
whatever.
funny.
All right, folks. So we're back. We're going to jump in because this China, every time it's China, there's just so much information.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump in and I'm just going to hit it off. There's a lot of countries and entities that are distancing themselves. And in China, the question is, are they losing their grip on being, status quo, or are countries even happy with their status quo anymore? They were never really loving it, but there's a lot that's been going on with how they're treating their own people, with the Muslims, the younger Muslims, as well as what's been going on with Hong Kong, what's been going on with the virus. But anyway, yesterday, more recently, and then we'll get into just a little bit of the history, CNN, most long-term observers of EU-China relations agree that 2020 has been a bit of a disaster in that sphere. It hasn't just been China's initial poor handling of a pandemic that began in its borders that have damaged ties. Europe's most senior politicians have been forced to think carefully about what kind of geopolitical actor China is trying to become, said an EU source. In our view, China has used the fact that so much of the world is distracted by the virus to accelerate its objectives in places like Hong Kong with the security law, its crackdown on the Uyghurs, international provocation, said the source. Concern over China behavior and now reliable partner it can be for Europe is not only felt at the business level. 2020 has definitely led to member states finding China more disagreeable, said a European diplomat. Our view is China is less interested in developing a truly equal partnership with Europe than it is in trying to replace Western democracy with its own political system and eat our economies from the inside. And that's just yesterday. And I mean, basically what they're saying is Europe is like, maybe we should back it up a little bit. So I guess the question becomes, is this something that's going to keep going? Is this something that's just for right now? And whether or not it becomes a question of, are these other countries really going to follow through the way we have? Because the only reason we have is Donald Trump. Let's be honest.
We were the first ones, apparently.
Yeah, we were.
And then I guess some of the other countries. Well, at first, when you sent me this, I thought it was going to be like random products, like regular everyday shit that we use. But it's technology things. And you told me to look up Huawei.
So here we go. U.S. banned companies from using Huawei technology in 2012.
Yeah, because of security issues.
Exactly. 100%.
So that's very important, I think. I mean,
big time.
Yeah, so they had backdoors. They always have backdoors for law enforcement, apparently, for most technology.
To the degree iPhone doesn't. I mean, you cannot get in. In fact,
FBI tried
to like make them and sue them, and iPhone was like, no. Either that or iPhone did and just said, please don't tell anyone.
But yeah, I'm sure there has to be a way in. I mean, Apple probably has a way in, but nobody else.
Oh, Apple can get in for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
What the problem was, they were selling when they're dealing with other companies that also have that back door, and they were dealing with Iran.
Yep.
And Iran was banned.
Yep.
And like that's crazy.
The company, let's see, Huawei was added to the U.S. Department of Commerce Bureau of Industry and Security entity. Basically, is like, what is a national threat? Following an executive order from President Donald Trump, this was 2019, effectively banning Huawei from U.S. communications network. A year later, Trump extended the order till 2021. So the more recent headlines around just Huawei. February 11, 2020, this is just this year, U.S. reportedly finds Huawei has backdoor access to mobile networks globally. February 13th, 2 days later, the U.S. Justice Department charges Huawei with racketeering and theft of trade secrets. Not a surprise there. We've been talking about how China is literally just stealing technology and IP across the world. February 27th, FCC starts collecting data on Huawei using U.S. networks. March 4th, Nokia and Ericsson pitch themselves as Huawei's 5G alternative. They're like, well, how about us, guys? March 27th, Huawei reportedly starts working on a cloud gaming platform with Tencent, the biggest games company in the world. And that's important because we're going to talk about that a little bit later. May 22nd, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson reportedly looks to reduce Huawei's role in country's 5G networks. June 3rd, Canadian telecoms effectively lock Huawei out of country's 5G development. June 25th, Trump administration designates Huawei as a Chinese, backed by the Chinese military. June 30th, Huawei and ZTE are designated national security threats by the FCC. And then shortly after that, Trump administration hits workers from Huawei with visa restrictions. So basically, if you work for the company, you can't even get in. So that's kind of the progression. There's actually literally a long list. CDNet actually had CNET had a really awesome list there. But I mean, that's some of the more recent stuff. And it all started with Trump. Trump was like, you know what? That's it. We're done. We're not dealing with this crap anymore. And that's really what started this whole distancing, I think, pretty much across the world. Because before that, and of course, what's been going on with the virus, for sure.
Yeah.
But, I don't think they're going to be able to do that for a long time.
You don't think so?
Because a lot of stuff comes from China. I know, like, we're talking about technology and stuff, but
sure.
Even I was talking to Camilo last week. And he stole his bike.
No show Camilo?
Yeah, no show Camilo. And he stole his bike and he wanted to buy a new bike, but he couldn't because all the shit comes from China. Like,
dude.
My brother and Ricky bought a 4-wheeler and my brother bought a dirt bike.
Sure.
And they had to wait like 2 months to get it. Like it was, and you're talking about before the pandemic, everything was already, you're here. Like they're just shitloads of bikes and dirt bikes and shit. You're bored, you're home, you can't go out. Like, fuck it, let's get on a dirt bike. You know what I mean? Like,
not anymore.
But we got Ricky's 4-wheeler, but Nate still didn't get his dirt bike.
Then Ricky's going to be here next week, right? Unless
for
the world
sure
blows up.
Coming.
Okay, that's.
But there's so much things that we can't ban them for everything.
Well, we can't ban them for everything. That's for sure. But
technology thing.
But it's gonna be a change.
Security,
it's not gonna be
measure,
the same.
They need to fucking ban that shit.
So, I mean, what changes do you expect to happen then? See.
Well, it's just nothing is gonna be the same, regardless. It's not just about China and then this pandemic or whatever is the case. Just things are gonna be more filtered. Let's say that I order something from China, regardless. There are going to be some mothers or some people that are going to have some extra, cleaning. We're already our mindset is different.
Sure.
The way that we see things. And through this time, through these months that we've been like, some people are paranoid, some people are less, care more actually about how they act or their health.
Yep.
And I think that we call it, we're awake. We're more awake
Woke.
about. Yes, exactly. Or we see things differently.
Sure.
Some politicians manipulate how we act or what we say or what we think or social media. So it's not going to be the same regardless.
That's true.
It could be a ploy also because they try to make the disease as, it came from there, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
So now it's like, oh, yeah, you know what? We got to ban them because look what they already did. They don't care about the rest of the world.
But I have something to say. And then I was talking with you guys a little bit earlier regarding this virus, whether it's a real virus, a fake virus. Well, the flu is real.
Sure.
I know someone who lives in China. And when this exploded, around February, I contact this friend of mine in WhatsApp, and I say, what is happening? I don't remember the city that he lived, but it's close to North Korea. And he said, well, we cannot get out of the house. I've been in lockdown for 3 months, and that was in February. He have a son. And
he was already in lockdown for 3 months. So he was
for
in lockdown
3 months.
since November.
So when
we started
exactly.
We started we started like March, April.
Literally. And he mentioned that if he had to go to the grocery store, in reality, they mailed the food to them, to the doorstep. If they dare to go out, they will beat them.
Wow.
And we're talking about February.
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
and he said February is already 3
Either
months.
you agree with the government in China or not. Of course, I'm not gonna say his name. And we have a lot of things to say about China in this show.
Sure.
I was trying to contact him actually last night
Good luck.
because of I say I need the inside information. Because we have this what I researched. There are these no concentration camp, but they call them. Well, we will talk about later.
Correction. Yeah, I have it here. We'll get into
a correction camp.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
I got the whole skinny. All right. Well, that means when we get into that, definitely, if you have insight on that, definitely fill it in.
Whoa.
So here are things: ZDNet, Samsung, and SK Hynix to halt memory supply to Huawei. So what Huawei was doing is like, all right, since we can't operate there, we can't operate with your stuff, then we will operate with the companies that operate with you, and then basically, you know,
they found their own
Donald
little
Trump.
backdoor.
Yeah, Donald Trump killed that back door. He basically changed it so U.S. government has extended restrictions to further curb Huawei Technologies' access to core components, now barring the Chinese tech giant from purchasing chips made by foreign manufacturing using U.S. technology. So Samsung and SK Hynix, and Samsung, bro. Samsung's like, Huawei, sorry, we can't, we just can't.
They can't, bro. Samsung is huge, bro.
I know, but the fact that like our policies have that type of impact is pretty impressive. Samsung's big enough that they can be like, nah, forget it. But the thing is, their chips are using our technology. That's a lot of it.
Yeah, remember, I'm pretty sure you have something Samsung in here. Everyone has something Samsung in their house.
Oh yeah, my phone is Samsung.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think my fridge, my TV, not my phone and tablets. I don't like.
You have that dream where you go into the freaking pool with the phone in your pocket. I did that with Alicia. I did that like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, and I'm in the pool, splash around. I'm like, oh no! I pull it out. It's like, hey, I'm a little wet. Can you let me dry out? And we'll be good
that's
to
it.
go.
The same thing.
Yeah, it's like, hey.
That's 2020 shit, though, right?
Just give me a little paper towel. We'll be fine.
You think Samsung's going to lose the United States right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Samsung is
That's true.
Korean, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is Huawei beats Samsung for making the most phones on the planet, like somewhere earlier this year. Like I didn't know they were that big. I mean, they must be massive. Not anymore.
They make everybody's phones. Not everybody's, but
the majority.
Well, except for what we use and what Europe uses, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were making Apple phones as well, I think.
Huawei?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. All right. BBC and Variety.com. PUBG cuts video game ties with Tencent in India after ban. The maker of hit video game Player Unknown's Battlegrounds. Are you familiar with that, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
Has cut ties with Tencent in India after Delhi banned apps with links to China. Tencent, the world's largest games company in revenue terms, owns League of Legends developer Riot Games, 84% stake in Supercell, which is Clash of Clans, 80% in New Zealand's Grinding Gear Games, which is Path of Exile, 40% of Epic Games, 14.5% of GLU Mobile, which I own stock in. Maybe not for long. 11.5% of Bluehole and 5% stakes in Activision, Blizzard, Ubisoft, and Paradox Interactive. It said Tencent basically, because it's a Chinese company, if you're operating within a certain company, India has been having some issues with China. So they're like, all right, yeah, we're done with you as well. And Activision has had to do the same thing, parting way with Tencent. And they said it's because Donald Trump's orders, which restricts U.S. companies from conducting transactions with Tencent and its subsidiaries. And remember, Tencent has a pact with Huawei. So it all freaking ties in together. India's IT ministry claimed that last week that its decision to ban the apps was based on credible information. Yawn cam.
Yeah.
It said it had received many complaints about various sources, including several reports about misuse of some mobile apps available on Android and iOS platforms. It's a matter of very deep and immediate concern, which requires emergency measures. So India, and I've heard, I don't know if you guys have heard, they've been having some battles, upon the border. There's a lot of disputed where the border is between India and China. There's been some battles. 20 Indian military was killed, and then 5 Indian civilians were killed. The Indians say it was some kids they were hunting, and then China's like, okay, we found them. Here you go. But literally 2 days ago, they decided to come together and they're not going to fight anymore. And I wonder if it's because of all the crap that's been going on across the world. China's like, hey, we're kind of pissing a lot of people off. Why don't we just chill out with this stuff?
It's not even that serious, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just
I'm sure it's
border.
serious to them, but I mean, it's not like they're trying to invade or create like shop. It's just.
Yeah, it's like they're dipping their toe across on
I crossed the line. Don't get in my space. Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm not touching you.
Yeah,
Yes,
right?
you are. Like,
Yeah,
no.
seriously.
Oh.
Ridiculous. So
But
that
if-
literally just ended like 2-3 days ago.
The thing with the technology stuff, India gets a lot of our stuff too, as outsourced towards there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, plus, every time you make a phone call to a company, that's where it
yep,
starts.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's. I mean, I know why it's cheaper labor or whatever the hell.
Cheaper labor.
Yep,
That's
for
why.
sure.
They're actually pretty good and very. I don't know if they're forced to
Cheap
be
stuff.
nice.
I just don't know if, what's that, Lucas?
I was going to say they're very good at making cheap stuff.
Who?
Yeah.
No.
China.
They're
China. We're talking about
China.
India, Dork.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
they're
Welcome
very
to
they're
Earth.
very polite, and
Lucas.
I know maybe a few years ago, I don't know if they just started it a few years ago, it was horrible.
Sure,
Like it
sure.
was you pick up the phone to call because you only call because you have a problem.
Sure.
And the person doesn't understand you and you don't understand them.
I just don't like when they're like, hello, my name is Steve. I'm like, it's not Steve.
Oh.
Like, I know. Come
No,
on.
they're using their
You're
like
already
real
starting
names
off
now.
on the wrong foot. We're supposed to be building trust here. A little bit of trust, you and me.
Don't worry, we're gonna take care of that.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
But they're good. They're always pleasant. You know?
Yeah, now it's. I feel like it's way better.
Well, we're used to it too. In the beginning, it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, basically.
Where's the Steve that I know?
Because you used to call and you get like somebody in Kansas or something, and it would be like
Yeah.
Barbara with an accent,
Oh,
but like
she's just so pleasant.
Yeah,
she's
but-
like eating apple pie and sipping iced tea while
Exactly.
she's on the phone with you. And
then
shit.
one day we called, it's like, yo, fuck, no
She's
cows,
like, hold on, darling.
no
She's
steak.
like, tell me what's wrong. How can I help? Seriously.
They were great. They were asking about the weather. Oh, I see you're in Miami.
Yeah,
how's
yeah,
the weather
straight
down
up.
there? Like,
Is it nice and sunny?
Yeah.
Oh, we just had a tornado. We get used to it. All right, so CNN, a new bill in the United States Congress wants to this. And right now, I'm just going all over the headlines. Wants to strip Z of the title president, which most Western governments and English language news organizations, including CNN, refer to him by. The bill, called the Name the Enemy Act, like seriously, was introduced to the House of Representatives on August 7th by Republican Representative Scott Perry of Pennsylvania, where Lucas and I are from. Interesting. That's where Lucas lives. It would prohibit the federal government from creating or disseminating any documents that refer to the head of state of the People's Republic of China as anything other than, bear with me, other than General Secretary of the Central Committee of the Chinese Communist Party, or alternatively as General Secretary. So the leadership of the People's Republic of China has gone unchallenged, and its perverse pursuits of human rights abuses across the decades, the bill reads, addressing the head of state of the People's Republic of China as a president grants the incorrect assumption that the people of the state via democratic means have readily legitimized the leader who rules them. Xi's titles have been topic of controversy and some confusion. None of his official Chinese titles include the word president or translate to it, but all Chinese leaders since the 1980s, when the country began to open up its economy, have had the official English title in China. So no longer President Xi, which I always wondered is because, like, dude, he's not a president. They don't I'm just glad they're getting rid of it. Did you guys hear that at all?
I'm
Anyone?
trying to. I heard it, but I don't really understand this President Z thing. Who is this?
Who, in China?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's President Xi. Like, he's not really elected in like the traditional
Yeah, he's not a
way.
president. Okay,
And
that's
he's
what
been
I'm
there
saying.
for like freaking ever. Yeah, we just always called him that, and I guess somebody, in a continued effort to do whatever it is that we're doing in the Trump administration. And here's the thing. That's the stuff that's going to get Trump nominated or Trump reelected, is the stuff he's doing in the world stage. I said it 1,000 times. Trump's foreign policy, love it. Domestic policy, not so much. But this is the type of stuff that's really, going to get him elected, in my opinion, if he does. Because a lot of people think it's going to happen. Go ahead, Lucas.
I was going to say, did you guys see that they banned
I thought
Winnie
I
the
had
Pooh in
you.
China?
I thought I had you. Sorry.
What?
You want me to do what?
They,
Dick.
they,
It's
I was like,
they,
go ahead, Lucas. He's like, well, as a matter of fact. Go ahead, Lucas. What were you saying?
they banned and or censored Winnie the Pooh.
In China?
Yeah, because
what?
somebody made the comparison that Winnie the Pooh looks like
Oh, yeah. I've
President
seen
Z.
that. Yeah,
Looks like
yeah.
what?
This was a
I don't
couple
know.
years ago. Winnie the Pooh, the President Z, that was like the meme to refer to him. So you can't really use him, kind of like, like eggplant or in a
Oh
peach.
God, I
But-
hate when people do that though.
But the thing
That's
is, like
so
in China,
annoying.
you can't just criticize the guy. So people are using Winnie the Pooh as like a stand-in.
Yeah, but a lot of people do this.
Actually, yeah. I mean, of course. More than 1,000 Chinese nationals have had their visas revoked in the United States since June under a program aimed at graduate students and researchers believed to have ties to the Chinese military. And this is something that happened recently. There was somebody that had gone through schooling and they got into a pretty high up technical secrety position. And then they realized they found some pictures and found that she was a part of the Chinese military. So more recently, they've been doing a lot more digging and all these. And it's a shame because there's definitely students that got wrapped up in that probably weren't at all involved. But that's a more recent thing that's happened as well. Wonk, wonk, wonk. Mine's better. There we go. I'm just saying. U.S. News. U.S. readies bans on cotton and tomato imports from China's Xinjiang province. And this was what started the whole thing because I'm like, all right, now finally somebody is recognizing the borderline, if not slavery, forced labor that's going on
Yeah.
in Xinjiang. Everyone's known it's happened. I have a lot of the documents here. We'll go over them. But the fact that no one has had the balls to just say, you know what, fuck that. And I'm glad Trump did.
Yeah.
And whether it was him and he finally had the balls to say yes, whether or not it was his idea. Either way, none of the other presidents was their idea or not, or somebody else's, finally had the balls to do it. U.S. readies bans on cotton and tomato imports, and that's yarn, tomato paste. It's not just those products and 5 others. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officials have prepared orders to block imports of cotton, tomato, and 5 other imports from China's western region of Xinjiang over accusations of forced labor. The withhold release orders let the agency detain shipments based on suspicion of forced labor involvement under long-standing U.S. laws to combat human trafficking, child labor, and other human rights abuses. President Donald Trump's administration is ratcheting up pressure on China over its treatment of Uyghur. Actually, I wrote it here phonetically. Uyghur Muslims in Xinjiang, where the United Nations cites credible reports saying 1 million, I've seen reports up to 2 million, Muslims held in camps have been put to work. According to Reuters, China's foreign ministry spokesperson Zhao Lijian was asked about Xinjiang and responded with denial of the existence of re-education camps, instead calling the facilities where there are vocational and educational institutions, and blamed anti-China forces for smearing Xinjiang's policy. Yeah, bullshit for real. For real. And you read some of the stories about how these people, they just you have to go in for a meeting and they're asking all these questions and all of a sudden you're wrapped up in this and you're forced and you can't freaking leave.
Basically. But that's the whole thing with they mass produce a lot of shit, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Apple phones and Foxconn,
that's why
where they literally have nets so you can't freaking commit suicide. We've talked about this.
That's why. But the thing is, it starts with us.
It's true.
If we're starting a company and we're like,
well, no more tomatoes. We'll take the iPhones apparently, but no more tomatoes and cotton. I guess you gotta start somewhere.
If you need to make 1,000 shirts, are you gonna go to Billy in Oklahoma, or are you
But
gonna
hopefully
send it
that
to
brings more shit home. That's kind of what Trump's
that's what I was
trying to
going
do.
to talk about. Also, it's what are we doing here to make products for ourselves?
Well,
if the world shuts down,
closing the loopholes would be helpful, and also a lot of people's medication is made in China. So
That's correct.
we need, that's a lot of issues as well. When China shut down, people couldn't get their medication.
That's crazy. So
true.
if everything shuts down, what are we gonna make for ourselves here?
Hopefully everything. Make it all. I mean, there's enough stuff out there that we can find other places to get it. It's just that China does it really, really inexpensively.
Yeah.
So
but the reason they do it inexpensively is because of
forced labor.
Their forced labor.
Yeah, for sure.
Literally forced labor.
Yeah. It's freaking ridiculous. I'm just glad that finally somebody has the balls to do something about it. China produces about a fifth of the world's cotton, most of it from Xinjiang. It is also the world's largest importer of the fiber, including from the United States. A Beijing-based cotton trader said the impact may be limited as China imports about 2 million tons a year and outputs about 5 million tons. So basically, it makes about what 2.5 times
5 million tons of
2.5 times more than it actually brings in. So all it has to do is not export it as much, and it'll be completely fine. In July, an advisory in Washington warned of reputational, economic, and legal risks to companies doing business in Xinjiang with entities using Xinjiang's labor. The State Department also said it sent a letter to top American firms such as Walmart, Apple, and Amazon, warning of the risks of supply chains linked with human rights abuses. Fox News, this is interesting. It's not often used, Fox News, but every once in a while, you gotta spread your wings and fly. So Fox News, Disney CFO Christine McCartney admitted Thursday during a business conference that choosing to shoot certain scenes in the Xinjiang's region of China for the studio's remake of Mulan has generated lots of issues for us. A bipartisan group of U.S. lawmakers sent the letter to Disney CEO Bob Chapek on Friday, addressing renewed controversy over the studio's live-action remake of Mulan. The letter urged Chapek to clarify the Chinese government's involvement in the film's production and to which degree Disney was aware of reported human rights violations in the region. After Mulan was made available on Disney Plus, some viewers noticed that credits including thanks to several government entities in Xinjiang, a region in northwest China. You feel like they could have picked a better place maybe to film their movie?
It's Disney. How do you think Disney products are made?
Oh, dude.
Like, come on.
Dude. I mean, it's true, but come on.
We have our product.
But it's fucking Disney, dude. It's not like Disney's gonna you know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna say anything negative about Disney, so
no.
I don't want to get killed on the way out of here.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's a couple of days, maybe next.
Has anyone seen the Mulan movie? Anyone?
But Disney boycott Mulan.
I know a lot of people have been boycotting Mulan. They've been trying to anyway for that reason. 100%.
I'm gonna watch it anyways. I don't care.
I'll
They're
watch it.
marching or protesting for
I
Disney
wanted to
boycott.
see it.
And then I'll protest about it.
I want to watch
I
it.
want to see it and then protest.
Don't you have to pay $30 for it?
Is it? I thought it was
No,
$20.
I think Disney Plus. You have to buy it.
Well, they want.
Yeah,
they gotta
hold
make.
on.
They've spent $200 million. Yeah, go ahead.
They should have just waited like all the other
Research
movies.
I hate Google.
I think it's $20.
Yeah, but why didn't they just wait till the movie till everything was back to normal, like everything else, like Bond movie and.
Go ahead, Lucas.
It's $29.99.
It is
from
$30.
Disney Plus, but also the backside fear is eventually these exclusives, everything you're going to have to pay for. Instead
Why
of
don't
it
you just buy it for $30 at this point?
$30? How much
$30.
is a subscription to fucking
Watch it again and again.
$60 a year.
It's
Or free if you have Verizon.
Yep. Premier Access, $29.99.
All right, NBC News, they put together a really, really good article. They have aerial photos of the site where it was built and like the timeline of what got installed, the basketball courts where there were no actual nets installed for like years or months or whatever.
What are you talking about?
Where these detention camps are.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So from aerial, it's like, oh, they got basketball courts. Look at that. Must be a nice.
But it's
little
not a
place to
detention
live.
camp. What is it called? You said?
No, they call vacation recreation.
Yeah,
camp.
vocational, re-educational.
But it really is
Recreation,
It's intentional,
camp.
yeah.
People that are against the government, basically.
Well,
or
that's
against-
what they say. It's the fact, honestly, it's the fact that they're Muslim. They don't follow what China wants them to follow, and they look at them as less citizens, and that's why they're all put in these camps. Xinjiang, Beijing claims that the vocational centers, but a cache of leaked records shows the sites were designed to be run like prisons. Xinjiang is home to at least 10 million Uyghurs, an ethnic minority of Turkic Muslims whose language and traditions are distinct from the mainstream Chinese culture. For at least the last 3 years, Chinese authorities in the far west region of Xinjiang have been rounding up men and women, largely Muslims, from the Uyghur, Kazakh, and Kyrgyz ethnic minorities and detain them in camps designed to rid them of terrorist or extremist learning.
Damn,
Bro,
so much
Fabio,
going on
what's
in
going
there,
on
bro.
over there? You all right, man?
Yeah.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Oh, there we
Yeah,
go.
well, do you try wearing your glasses? for
Yeah.
once.
I don't need them up close. It's only when I'm driving.
Yeah, I'm blind as a bat.
They got a lot of shit going on in China, bro.
A lot, dude. Chinese authorities began acknowledging the existence of the camps in the later half of 2018 after the leak, but framed them as vocational training centers for the unemployed, and in some cases as boarding schools. A cache of internal government documents, mostly signed by the then number 2 Communist Party official in Xinjiang, tells a different story. The leaked records include memo laying out protocols for facilities that more closely resemble prisons focused on indoctrinating detainees. Preventing escape is paramount, the documents say, and chief goal of the camps is ideological transformation. The memo dated 2017 details how camps are meant to be run, including monitoring bathroom breaks. The leaked records also provide a window into China's high-tech surveillance system, who is tracking how it's being used to identify candidates for re-education. So they're really tracking these people, just waiting for their chance to pounce.
Well, I was doing some research regarding this matter, and then these recreation camps or educational, they take their kids they take the kids about 5 years old. They are not even ready to potty train, and
Wait, they take the kids from the parents?
Yes,
Shit.
If you have to take the time and research,
Sure.
and then the parents either fled, that country, or they are beating. They beat them either to death until they start changing their belief, and it's difficult, regardless of your belief about God, Jesus, Allah, whatever is the case.
Sure.
I don't agree with this type of punishment.
Yeah, of
So
course.
I was seeing this until about 5 a.m. today, and a mother was crying. She said, like, I fled my country, China, and they kept my child, and they just put her in this educational camp, concentration camp, and they just literally brainwashed them. These are some serious and delicate subjects because it's not just China, but this happened in the past in Cuba.
Sure. Okay.
Otherwise we wouldn't have that many Cubans living in Miami and hating what is happening in their country. I am from Colombia. I don't have the same situation there, but I do, understand why people fled ex-country and they are, against, a government. Thank God, we don't have to deal with that.
Sure.
In America, this is the free country.
Sure.
But even when we are born, we have to carry a cross. And the cross that we carry is the belief of our parents, whether they are, Catholic, Christians, or whatever trauma your mother or your father have.
Sure.
So
you're automatically in.
You understand? We automatically have a cross. Yeah. So when we're 18, 19, some people younger or, later in life, 20 or 30 years old, they realize that we can think by ourselves. Plus, we have the other cross of the government or, the heavy weight of the government, what we're allowed to do. Now imagine living in China and they have these poor kids singing the same song, going ludos, I'm talking Croatian, going crazy.
Sure.
Believing that, this government is the right way to live.
And when you start that young, you just grow up thinking that that's normal.
Exactly.
What does China believe in? What's their
They're communists.
No, they're
as far as religion?
They're faith-wise.
I think they're Christian, aren't Lucas?
No, they're not Christian.
Research Lucas.
Are we looking for the main religion for China?
Yeah.
Buddhist, maybe?
No, Buddhist is India.
They can't be Buddhist. They're too uptight.
They have like.
So yeah,
wrong. Chinese Buddhism and folk religions. Though Buddhism originated in India, it has a long history and tradition in China, and today is the country's largest institutionalized religion.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, but the thing is, China.
Like churches and temples and.
Yeah.
But they don't accept any other religion. They are just
That's why these people are in jail, essentially.
Not just in jail. What I saw until 5 a.m. today, people were really, families were dissolved.
Sure.
They took out their kids and you can't just do, whoever is watching the show, or the hundreds of people that are going to watch this show, right, Seth?
Thousands.
Thousands of people.
Kidding me?
Thousands
You're going to break the internet.
Just do your own research and...
Break
and
the internet,
you will
folks.
see.
Hold on. Okay. But it's true though. I mean, the stuff that they're doing is really, really messed up. I didn't get as deep as you did. And I'm glad you did because I really just wanted to hit on some of the surface.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, the stuff they're doing is really messed up. And of course, a lot of it is been leaked because they try to keep this information just in China. I mean, you can't get Google, you can't get Facebook. So it's already hard enough to get information out of China. So, I mean, the stuff that you're finding and the stuff that we're finding is a lot more recent because before like 2017, nobody even knew these places existed.
No.
At all.
And last night I saw one journalist. She went to China. She didn't say that she was a journalist, obviously,
Sure.
and she was looking for these concentration educational camps.
Sure.
And
So she
she's
went,
out of her
she went just like
fucking
a
mind.
no,
tourist.
by the way.
it's great. I saved it. She
Why would you go there? Like,
she was
You're going as
she's
a,
a
they let you in
journalist,
as a tourist, bro.
and
They want you
everywhere
to
she
go in.
go, they told her that some specific picture she has to delete it from her phone, but she had a camera, a body cam.
Sure.
So she was filming how many police stop her. So she said, in order for me to know, reveal my cover, she have to do touristic things.
Sure.
And she took a train ride for 17 hours, and in that train ride was a Muslim, and she was asking him what was happening, and he said, if they caught me saying this, I could die, but they obligate me to sing different songs and different than my belief.
Wow.
Then she said in another area with a Chinese woman, and she said, well, just tell me what is happening with this educational camp. And the old woman, let's say about 70 years old, she said, oh, this is, how do you know this? And she said, no, I just lived here many years ago. And she said, well, I agree. So all the Chinese people agree with the government. And she said, "What do you think?"
because they don't know any
They
better.
they probably have no choice but to say they agree.
Exactly. No,
Like,
but the lady said, she asked her, the old lady, and what do you agree? And she said, because China should be united. We should be only one nation, one mind, as one body. So
there you go. They sold her.
So it's difficult because she said, or what I saw in this video for this journalist, it was a great video, like about an hour. They stopped her multiple times. Suddenly, she realized she's being followed by this Chinese man in every single day until she went and confronted him and said, are you following me? And he just, ignored her. But the entire trip, she kept recording him. So obviously the Chinese people track, whoever is a tourist or a journalist. They don't want this information to be out.
100% they don't. Part of the leaked documents included 2018 court records that describe a case of an Uyghur man sentenced to prison for encouraging his co-workers to become better Muslims by avoiding such behavior as using foul language. The revealed memos and bulletins were signed by Zhu Hailun, then the second in command of ruling Communist Party in Xinjiang and the region's top security chief. The documents also classified secret, the second highest security classification in China. The classification refers to documents that could hold important national secrets which would cause serious harm to national security. So, can you believe, co-workers, guy sentenced for telling people to be a better Muslim, and it's in the freaking court records, sentenced, not tried and got off or charged and sentenced for telling Muslims not to use foul language, be a better Muslim. It's fucked up. Past week, Zimbabwe bans coal mining in game parks. BBC Zimbabwe has banned mining in all of its national parks, reversing a decision to let Chinese firms explore for coal in its favored famous Huange game park. The move came after campaigners took the government to court to prevent ecological degradation of its parks. Chinese owner TikTok, this is another one. TikTok has 15th of September and not a day longer to find an American buyer for the video sharing app.
Yeah, they got banned too, right?
So yeah, Zimbabwe's like, yeah, China, you can't mine here anymore. Of course, TikTok's about to be banned. That's till the 15th. Basically, Trump said there will be no extension to the TikTok deadline. President's given Chinese owner of the app ByteDance 45 days to sell it. So, we got Zimbabwe. Europe is pulling out a highway, by the way. Huawei. Yawn alert. What's going on over there, bro? You need some coffee?
Yeah.
Just look behind you. The fear of falling down the precipice should keep
It's
you
a
awake.
late for us though.
It's a little
Sundays.
later. It's a
For
little
us,
late.
Sundays usually.
Yeah, it's because you weren't here on time, butt munch.
Fuck that. It was supposed to be 8:00. Lucas is leaving at 7:30. Round trip. He'd be back at 8:10.
So China's fallen. There's a lot of stuff going on with people, breaking away from China. But we just want to cover some of the newer stuff. I'm actually one of the things, that I don't use the word love and Trump in the same sentence, but one of the things I
What do you mean? He's great
about Trump, straight up, dude. Like seriously, if we're just not gonna put up with your shit anymore, and I'm glad and I'm happy about it. I don't love the relationship with Russia, and I hate to say that because my wife is Russian. But at the same time, it's not the greatest situation. But I think what's going on over there, our reliance on China, I think this is the first step to us, doing our own thing and breaking away and not being so reliant on China.
We need to do our own thing.
Exactly. Any last minute thoughts before we take our last break?
No.
No?
Nope. Actually,
Boom. Wait, hold on.
quick fun fact about that Mulan movie.
Yeah, go for it. Mulan.
The budget was 200
million. Oh, I know.
Yeah, guess
That's
what?
why they're charging $30 a head.
Yeah, guess what?
We can't go to the theaters.
Guess what? The box office is about 9 days later.
They don't have. Oh, it's in theaters also.
No,
I don't know, maybe maybe 2 million.
5.9.
5.9. Okay,
Out
I'd
of
watch it.
400.
I wanted to see it when I saw the trailer. I wanted to see it. I'll watch it.
The theaters are open now.
I'm not going to spend $30 freaking on it to watch it at fucking home though. Jesus, you're watching it in 3D. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Boom. So both of you have we are back. Yeah, I'd say we're back.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get started with the rest of our show. We're going to be coming through with Lucas's weather pretty shortly. But first, I have a question for somebody.
What? You got beef?
Or
Am I an asshole?
Beef.
because I know, Laz, you have like a combo of the two, and Lucas, you just want to know if you're an asshole. So, Lucas, why don't you tell us a story, and then when you ask,
Am I an asshole?
we'll let you know.
All right. Well, I work hand in hand with my neighbor doing lawn care. We
Sure.
have about, including our neighbors.
Is this a
probably
side
about-
hustle, the lawn care?
Yeah, I make pretty decent cash in a day.
Sure.
You just do it weekends? Or
Yeah, we'll if we're pushing, we'll do about 8-10 yards in a day.
Because there's no locker talk, I'm not going to play
Yeah.
with the lawn care joke. But anyway, please feel free to move forward.
So, just to make it quicker, I use his equipment. This time I'm using his, I think it's about like a 63-inch zero-turn mower.
Okay.
we
63.
don't know what that means. Layman terms.
You,
The
you're,
deck-
you're not
the-
riding
how-
that. Are you riding it?
Yeah,
Really?
it's a rider.
A riding lawnmower. Here
Sure.
we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
Zero
60
turn means it can do like a 360 almost in place. So you can do really, tight turns around it if you wanted
It's a
to.
very exquisite ride-on lawnmower.
Wow.
And the 63 just means that the deck can cut 63 inches wide.
Okay.
One.
Okay.
I
pan.
thought you said
Yeah.
36.
No,
63.
No, it's
Oh, okay.
It's a,
All
It's a big boy. He
All
can.
right, that makes sense. So it's
50
like
to
a
60.
36 rider. Okay.
Well, that makes sense because you have a lot of properties up there that are like huge, right?
we used to do one. Thankfully, we didn't have to mow it, but we mowed or weed whacked the creek that was about 300 feet long. It was a 6-acre property.
Okay.
And that just sold for about $600,000.
Tell you what, Xiomara is loving this lawn talk.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now.
I used to,
I'm out.
This is like, riveting stuff,
dream.
guys. Anyway,
Well-
so the beef, please. Jesus. Are we doing
I'm an asshole. He's an asshole.
We're doing a. All right. If we're going to talk
Yeah.
lawn, I will say me and my best friend Steve, shout out. We had a lawn service when we were in high school, and we called ourselves the Lawn Rangers. So there's my little lawn story. Anyway, you were saying, are you an asshole?
Well, I was
Am I
mowing
an
the
asshole?
backyard. Mowing the backyard, and of course, I neglected,
Back to the mow. Okay.
I'm out.
and I neglected to check the grass.
Okay.
Well, next thing I know,
It's worse now. Continue. Sorry.
next thing I know, I see this red rod swing past my head. What I didn't realize was I ran over a rake and put 4 of those tines into the back tire.
Oh,
shit.
what a dork. How do you wait? Whoa. How the fuck do you run over a rake? Let me ask you that.
The grass is probably tall.
Oh, dude, come on,
grass
bro.
was a little tall, but I'm suspecting somebody left the tines up.
Sure. So, gotcha.
So
Of course, left the tines up. The old left the tines up routine.
I punctured all 4, and of course,
Wait, you
I felt-
punctured all
All four tires?
no, almost, but no, just the one. All 4 of those tines went into the tire.
Okay, yeah.
I have to pay for it because I already know I feel like an asshole.
Well, you
But
did
am I
run
an
over a freaking.
Research Lucas.
You did run over some fucking rake. Like
And
a
you're working
rake,
with
bro.
the dude
Yeah.
that's all.
Oh, no,
that's all
it's-
his
it's
equipment.
It's a garden rake that has like the 6-inch tines on it.
Okay.
But yeah, am I an asshole for not checking the grass and probably fucking up his
Oh, I
machinery?
thought you were going to be an
No.
asshole for not wanting to pay for the tire.
I think you would be,
A
Am I an
dumbass.
asshole?
I feel like you'd be an asshole for not, dude. How do you not see a rake, bro? It's a rake. Like it's like,
The stick's probably brown.
dude. When you're mowing
Nah.
the lawn,
What color
you
is
have
the rake?
one job. When you're mowing the lawn, look what's in front of you, so you don't freaking, so you know where you're going.
It wasn't in front of me. It was to the left.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Either
We'll
way,
give you that, I suppose.
either way, I'm out of.
Well, let me
I'm out.
ask, Xiomara, the question for Lucas.
Am I an asshole?
What do you think?
The question for
Yeah, is Lucas an asshole in this situation?
No.
No?
No.
No? Okay.
Either way,
I feel like with Xiomara here, none of us are going to be assholes.
I feel like an asshole, and I'm out $95.
I mean, it's a good lesson. So now you look
Yeah.
forward, left and right. Okay.
Yeah.
Laz, you have one as well.
Oh, yeah. The
Sort of,
beef.
kind of. Yeah, it's a beef / am I an asshole, maybe?
All right. The beef. I feel like.
You look like you're candle lit right now. It's just like Laz's corner of
No,
Laz's
no,
corner of positivity.
no
just so
positivity, Seth.
chill and
I'm chill.
soothing, you know?
I'm only going to be up for like 2 hours. today.
Okay.
That's
All
it.
right.
I'm
So
going right
anyway.
back to sleep.
Your old job.
Yeah. I feel like they didn't care enough or reach out to us enough about the pandemic and worrying about what we're doing and whatever. Besides like my old manager, which is also furloughed.
Yep.
But now my director texted me a couple of days ago and it's like, oh, we're gonna start to open back up. I said, based on business? He's like, nah, because of the hotels rates and blah, 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 and how their stature is because everybody has to have certain things in the hotel, which you
To
guys all
keep your
know.
Diamond Award
Yeah.
and all that crap. Yeah,
So
for
then
sure.
and then I was just like, oh,
By the way, my hair looks ridiculous. I'm just not noticing
you always look ridiculous.
how absurd my hair is.
No, you look
this whole
great.
time. Look at that. I mean,
And I just basically told him like I basically have a job which is consistent, which
and
is
it's one of the biggest companies, and it's owned by the richest guy on the planet at like $150 billion.
and there's definitely hella opportunity for growth.
Sure.
And I know we talked about
Maybe you
this
could
when we
be a
had the first
drone
show.
operator.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
When we first started talking about it, like we're all pretty much almost out of the industry right now, right? Yeah.
I've been out for a while. Yeah. Xiomara, are you kind of out of the industry? Yeah,
Yeah,
you are.
out.
Yeah, based on for sure.
So it's
Lucas, I mean, you had a little blip, but you weren't really part of the industry anyway.
I probably will go back, but not anytime soon.
Beverage
and the
industry,
thing is,
by the way, food and beverage for those of you, restaurants for those of you who
food and beverage, hospitality, basically.
hospitality, sure.
And it's just like nobody ever came and checked up on me besides like my friends and people that we work together. We have like our little group and we text and talk and whatever randomly and check on each other.
Sure.
But now I need to see who that's going to be able to come back because they have to open. Oh, let me see what's going on. Oh, hey, Laz, what's going on? Are you good? Yeah, I'm good, bro.
But here's the thing. I would imagine you can get a job just about anywhere when you decide you want to. However, it's going to be really tough to get a job in this industry because everybody's going to be looking to go back. So you have to decide whether or not you want to take the leap of faith and say, fuck it, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing because I'm straight and I'm secure. Or if you're like, if I want to get back, now or not for quite some time.
Yeah, but you just basically, with me, I'm not going to leave until I have something else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
The industry has to like really rebound. It's going to, I mean, when it does, people are going to be dying to go out, dying to fly here, like all that stuff. But until then, forget it. And it's probably not going to be till next season.
I remember a long
They
time
already
ago.
canceled Art Basel. We can't count on that.
Yeah, they
shit.
Yeah.
So we're not getting busy until January, maybe.
Maybe.
And I remember a long time ago at a restaurant or hotel, and the manager's like, "Oh, we'll get rid of it." And I'm like, "You think this is the only hotel in Miami Beach? Like it doesn't matter."
Exactly.
Yeah, it's anywhere. We're good. So it's kind of like a beef.
What'd you tell him? I'm not going. I'm good. I'm straight.
No, I didn't tell him I'm good. I just said that I just explained my situation so he
Sure.
can understand. Obviously, you're still getting a paycheck every week or two.
Yeah.
You didn't know what I was doing. And the beef is he actually didn't text me when we first ended, like over there, and he knew I was working and he just completely forgot about it. And then I told him again. And then I'm just like, bro, you're just texting just for fuck of it. Like it doesn't matter.
Well, it could be he has a lot of people he's trying to get back in contact with, and he just forgot, or you're one of
But
who
don't
knows how
pretend
many.
to be personal.
I hear you.
And you know how I am at work. I'm usually somebody that matters. So
Sure.
it's
Yeah.
definitely not that. It's just they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Wow.
What?
Executives.
You got beef?
I'm not
think
going to say
that's-
the name of this job because,
I think that's fair. I mean, it's understandable. I can say when I was working up north for Thompson Creek, my manager up there was pretty awesome. He was in contact with me at least like every couple weeks just to see like what's up, how you're doing and stuff like that, which is really awesome.
that's great. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not like you need it.
No, but it's nice.
But it's nice to have like, oh, you know what? They actually care.
And if you really want to incite loyalty, that's definitely the way to do it.
This company did not give a fuck. Bro.
Yeah, well.
All they cared about was like, make sure you pay that insurance money because
Yeah.
you ain't gonna have no insurance.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
That's it.
All right, so I think we're good with the beef, and am I an asshole?
I'm not an asshole for that though.
No,
right?
well, Lucas had. Am I an
No,
asshole?
I mean I'm not an asshole for
No,
not
I
wanting
don't
to
think
go back.
so. For not wanting to go back, fuck that. So, Lucas, you ready for your
Yes.
weather?
Yes, I am.
This is the modest favorite part of the show, by the way.
Yes, it is.
I think it's everyone's favorite part of the show. All right, so Lucas, why don't you tell us? Well, first of all,
Research Lucas with the weather. Weather.
Kumquat. Early.
so where are we going to be coming
Talking
from
shit.
this week? Oh my God,
Did he just say kumquat?
he did.
Yeah, I'm talking shit.
I don't think that's a city, though. I know it's a fruit. Maybe it's out there
No,
somewhere.
I'm just totally made up bullshit.
Yeah, Lucas, what do we got?
Fucking Austria.
No, it's not called fucking.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Can you? Wait, hold on.
Wait.
Well,
Is it fucking Austria or is it
it's
fucking?
English is fucking, but the German pronunciation, or whatever the language I haven't seen, is fucking.
Fucking. Can you
it's
spell
pronounced
it,
with
please,
two
for the
L's.
listeners out there?
Fucking.
They use the same alphabet as us, right? Or
So
no?
fucking Australia.
Yes, Austria.
Can you
Austria.
Austria. Do not make the mistake. Do not
So
make it's Austria, not Australia.
I mean, are there any interesting facts that we could think about for fucking Australia, bro?
Austria.
Austria. Oh, Austria. Okay. So fucking Austria.
What? So the history that it was believed that it was founded in the 6th century AD by Facco, a Bavarian nobleman.
Okay.
And it's
Facco,
yeah.
F-O-C-K-O?
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Facco was his name. Oh.
Okay.
We're having too much fun, guys.
Yeah.
It's fucking Austria, bro. I mean, jeez. Okay.
The region during that time was mostly under the domain of the Ostrogoths.
Okay.
Populated by a mix of Christian and pagans, but it's been renamed multiple times. The first spelling of it was Vucchin in 1070. That's spelled Vucchingen.
Okay.
And
That's a mouthful. I can see why they shortened it.
Yep. And Fuqing in 1303. Fuqching.
Okay.
And Fuqing in 1532. Fughking.
Okay.
And it was eventually just
Can you say that in a sentence, please? Okay.
What's your fucking deal?
So it's in Austria. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
The most spelling was the last spelling was done in the 18th century.
so let's anything else? Should we start with Monday?
Yeah. we
Okay.
can start with
So
Monday.
I guess we'll keep it Fahrenheit. There's no need for Celsius time, unless no show Camilo is here.
Yep. Leave it
What's that?
in. Try to switch it over to Celsius time, but we're still.
No, I don't think you need it. No, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
okay.
There's no need for it. We're good. Fahrenheit's fine.
It's America. Fuck yeah. Fucking yeah.
If Austria is in, once they listen, then we'll do one for them, maybe
Yeah.
Celsius time.
Okay, so Monday, September 14th, we'll have a high of 80 with a low of 54. Pleasant with plenty of sun, 0% chance of precipitation.
Okay, nice. Okay.
Tuesday, September 15th, high of 80, low of 57. Partly sunny and comfortable, 2% chance of precipitation.
Wow, it's just like, get a little breeze in there. Sure.
Wednesday, September 16th, high of 76, low of 57. Mostly sunny with a 25% chance of precipitation.
Okay. Maybe a little light rain,
Thursday, September 17th. High of 71, low of 49. A shower and a thunderstorm around with a chance of precipitation of 66%. And finishing off with Friday, September 18th, high of 65, low of 44. Mostly sunny with only 1% chance of precipitation.
Very nice. All right. Lucas with the weather, folks.
I told you the weather's going to be fucking awesome.
He did say that, actually. I was like, you got your weather? He's like, I do. It's going to be fucking awesome. All right. So Lucas's weather. I got a couple more things. I'm sure we all heard Donald Trump got nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize by the same guy.
I thought it was a fucking joke.
No, the same guy nominated him last time. A right-wing Norwegian politician has nominated U.S. President Donald Trump for a 2021 Nobel Peace Prize, creating a huge debate in the U.S. and the world over. Norwegian member of the parliament, Christian Tybring Gjedde, Gjedde, said that he was nominating the U.S. president due to the unique and historic arrangement between Israel and the UAE. Interestingly enough, I looked that up. Trump just a few months ago hosted a very special call with two friends, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Zayed of the United Arab Emirates, where they agreed to finalize a historic peace agreement. Trump said once said this would be impossible. In a joint statement, the United States, Israel, and UAE said that delegations from Israel and UAE would meet in the coming months to sign the agreements. Israel will suspend settlements on the West Bank, focus its efforts now on expanding ties with other countries in the Arab and the Muslim world. So based on that, that's why he's saying that he should be nominated. Which I mean, technically, I guess if that's the case, then he should.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. He might win.
We'll give him one thing.
We'll give him one thing.
Maybe two.
What's kind of funny is Donald Trump. Trump on Tuesday signed a memorandum instructing his Interior Secretary to prohibit drilling in the waters off Florida coast and off the coast of Georgia and South Carolina for a period of 10 years. So in his bid to get some fans, he's all the East Coast of Florida.
Drilling for what?
Drilling for oil.
Oh, okay.
That was one of the things he said. He's going to open it up and I'm going to make it so everyone can drill for oil and blah, blah, blah. But, he didn't.
Remember what happened on the west side
through.
of Florida?
Oh, West Side. I mean, they freaking.
Yeah, they was horrible.
Event Horizon and shit.
Yeah.
So, and then lastly, MSN.com, San Francisco hair salon owner afraid to go back after Pelosi controversy closes permanently. So, you remember Nancy Pelosi was out there and they caught her on camera and blah, blah, blah. She said it was a setup. So the Eric Kios said late Wednesday that she is closing her shop permanently after a visit by Speaker Nancy Pelosi ignited a controversy that led to a lot of negativity towards my business, she said. Wow. So, but here's the thing.
She shouldn't have been open.
But also, here's my take. The woman should never have, she leaked it herself. And as far as owning a business, as far as respecting your customer,
privacy.
We've all worked in areas where you just don't do that. I literally remember standing in front of the bathroom so Justin Bieber could go to the fucking bathroom, without girls walking in there on him. You know what I'm saying? It's just freaking crazy, dude. And the thing is, when you have this type of situation going on and any customer, and if it was Republican, it'd be the same shit, goes in there and just wants to get a discreet haircut, damn the rules, then know what? You should just
your
respect
fucking guest, your customer. That's it. Keep it private, basically. It's not lawyer doctor shit, but
Video footage of the visit, which included Pelosi not wearing a mask while getting her hair washed, was leaked to Fox by Kios. So, but here we go. More than $335,000 has been raised through a GoFundMe page. Imagine that.
For the lady?
Yep, for her. So, and that's all we got. So review us, follow us, please subscribe to us on YouTube. If you're listening to us on audio, we film the entire thing. We have all the sound of. Oh, I can talk. There we go. Right at the end, right? So all the freaking sound effects are live. It's a great show. And those of you who watch and have been watching, creating the momentum for us, we really, really appreciate it. So any last minute thoughts? Anyone? All right. Seth and Mike 1. Laz and Mike 2. Lucas and Mike 3.
Hey.
Xiomara and Mike 4. And we are out because we said so.
Because we said so.